E-gaming bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2? Make a prediction for picks and bans. Playing CSGO? Guess the number of rounds in a certain match. Daily quests for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.
CS.Money, a new service for trading your skins. Tired of all the skins piling up in your inventory? With CS.Money, trading got faster and safer than ever. Now you can just sign in to our website, choose the skins from your inventory and those you want to get from a broad variety. Confirm the trade and rejoice in your new skins. CS.Money, the best service for trading your skins.
You don't know how good it feels to finally run those ads. Jesus Christ. We have been waiting quite a while to get into this one. Obviously, Go TV problems have plagued us for the past hour or so. Apologies to anybody who has been waiting for the game, has been waiting to witness this masterful match. But unfortunately, yeah, problems have occurred and sort of sat here. I played a little bit of FIFA, looked at the scoreboard, and was just sort of like, oh god, is this really going to be happening to me today? But, yeah. Shit happens. I think it's appropriate. I think that's the only comment I can really say. And we're going to be going into map number 2. So, for all of you guys who do want to watch Dignitas win, well, at least you haven't watched them lose the first map. I suppose that's one very, very, very small positive that has come from this, is that you didn't have to watch them lose the first map, because it is actually ex-outlaws who take the pick of Dignitas and now go on to their own pick in map number 2, which is pretty impressive from my perspective. I have been impressed with what I've seen from this team so far. Like, they have looked good. It's been a new sort of design of Bulgarian Counter-Strike, a different team, finally a mix that didn't just have all the same players from MK and then everybody else in another team. It's got a little bit of bubble in there, and then they've taken some players from all over the place. So, I have to say I'm impressed. If they can knock out Dignitas here, I think they'll upset a lot of people. But, to be honest, I'd just be so impressed that they managed to do it. And, well, we are going to be going into our second map. It feels really weird saying that. This is basically, like, potentially casting a best of one if ex-outlaws manage to actually take this map as well. And this is their choice. This is their home turf. This is where they wanted this matchup to go. So, realistically, you'd expect them to be taking it. Either way, we are going into our pistol round. Spallan, with a small amount of utility, that's all they're going to be having. The rest of every single player, the other team and their own, will be having just Kevlar. We are going to have a bit of a push. Going down into that connector. Short take looking from, I'm guessing that's Fox. Fotbox. Interesting name. Yeah, that is true. If anything you can do, I can do better. That's always the saying in Counter-Strike. So, well, in anything. I feel like people just say that a lot. So, yeah, anything that Outlaws can do, it's definitely possible that Dignitas will do the exact same thing going into this map. And I wouldn't be overly surprised. I'm looking forward to see Fox actually AWP on overpass. A big map for sort of aggressive AWPers, people liking to take picks, and he is definitely one of those AWPers who likes to maybe go a little bit far sometimes. And, well, there you go, you talk of aggression, and the man, it's almost as if he's listening in at the moment as he's found that first kill, pushing in towards long. Ships will be able to trade. They do know that Fox is back here, but he's fallen back. Smart. Just going to take a longer range angle, give him the advantage with that USP, and he manages to find a second. And his position is so valuable here. So very valuable. Manages a third kill of the round already for Fox. Lol going to be down below. Picks up one. Bubble, the only one left alive. Completely surrounded. He's going to have to do something utterly incredible. Does manage a first, though. However, bomb has already begun to be defused. And he would have to pretty much take them down in the next 2 seconds to actually be able to win this round. So it is just going to be Dignitas defusing that bomb. At least the plant comes in. But props, well, they do have to go to that aggressive man of Fox as he manages to win them this round. Just based on his position and the 3 kills he managed to get. CT side, gonna play this one pretty safe. Rifles, every single player. Push will be rushing in towards the site though. Lol manages to get one and a second, looking for his third, but it will actually be the trade back, and Jacob's gonna be overwhelmed. 2 versus 2. Well, every single player, of course, holding onto a rifle, so that means that there's definitely a rifle to be picked up by this T side. And there you go. Nikki will be able to retrieve one. Vasilian and Fox actually don't have any utility left, so it's just going to have to be a straight retake, and they don't have a lot of time to do it in either. Bomb, looking to be planted. Peek out. Fox will be able to pick up one, and now it's all onto Nikki. 1 versus 2, doesn't know where either of the players are. Peeks out, finds one, but he's not going to be able to get that second. However, not a bad round in the end. Oh. Wow, scoreboard, really? You're going to be doing this to me now? I think I have to change resolution to fix that. So I can't bring up the scoreboard. There's gonna be, I'll do that when there's like a pause or something. Hasn't mucked up the map, it's just mucked up. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant, love it. T-side are actually gonna force into this one. Only 1 player surviving in the previous round, so they are gonna have a decent chance to actually try and reset their opponents. Fish going to be coming in. Rush towards that site. TT side. Don't have the best of buys, and already Nikki going to be getting that entry kill. Rotation will be quick. He's going to have to be onto Jake, and what can he do? The other day we saw him, he was able to get 2 kills pretty much every single time. He's managed his first. And second, whoa, he's actually going to dink his teammate, and now Ships will go for the peek in. A first for him as well. Jacob just looking to try and retreat out, and by the looks of things, they may just be opting to save. Rotation round from Fox. Trying to spot one out from above. But really, all they're looking for at this point is exit frags. They need someone to make a massive mistake if they're going to win this. And while Jacob is going to be the one to peek out and lose his life, T-side have worked wonders in this early buy-up. And actually very smart from them as well. They invested some pistols into that next round, just expecting to be able to get a bomb plant. And Fox now just looking to try and save his races away. Let's quickly just try and muck about with this to get the scoreboard back. Bear with me a second. It will freeze. Yeah, the GoTV just died. We don't really know why. Oh. Alright, let's see. Does that fix it? Yes, it does. See, look. Genius. But yeah, GoTV error. I couldn't connect. The Russian stream couldn't connect. And every time they tried to switch servers or fix it, it still didn't work. So they just decided to let the teams play the match, not waste their time too much, because obviously the players, busy guys, and basically just tried to make sure they could fix it for the next one, which is exactly what they've done. So trying basically not to hurt the players rather than say, okay, well, sorry viewers, we've got to just let them play. So unfortunate. It happens sometimes, and we are back for map number 2. So at least everything got sorted out in the end. And we are back into another round, and it's a force buy-in from the CT side. Dillian. Be waiting up close. CT side, of course, with a much better buy-in already. Fox, one of the rifles has gone down. Of course, you expect him to go aggressive in these sort of rounds. He's the only man who can really make too much impact in a long-range battle, or a battle where the CZ isn't going to be completely viable. Now, I say completely because, of course, the CZ recently has been pretty damn viable in most situations. But, at least for now, I'm just going to be watching out. Now, Asilian's got a pretty decent position here. We'll be able to get one, but the trade should be in from Punisher. And eventually, he will get that kill, and everybody else seems to fall in turn. Nice work from the T side. Only one man lost, and it will be 2 for 2. Dignitas not going to be able to buy into this round, so we'll just be forced to save. The T's, in the form of Nikki at least, are going to try and make themselves a bit of money. With your Cheetos. What the? I don't think I've heard that one before. Here we go, though. Push into middle. Just trying to take somebody down. And Bubble. Oh, he tried to get him with the last bullet. Looking for that ace. I think Ships is going to come and try and save him. And almost goes down. 5 HP for Ships. But it is still going to be 3 to 2. Now the CTs can get themselves a buy. No AWP for Fox as of yet. It is just going to be straight rifles. And interestingly, he's actually going to buy up head armor. So that could have been an extra nade. Maybe an HE. But is there going to be a Mac 10? I'm interested. Will Nikki keep the Mac 10? Every other player doesn't have head armor, so it's actually pretty viable. Only person he has to worry about is Fox. Be interested to see where he's going to be playing. Maybe over towards the tree? Because I'm not really sure where the head armor would actually help him too much. Nice start from Rabina, though. Mac 10 gone. They're playing a retake strategy over towards this B side. Not checking over towards Graffiti. Actually gives a 2-man advantage now for this DT side. We've got a decent chance to retake this one. Another one from Lowell. Shuts down Bubble as he attempts to trade. Bomb has gone down, so that's something at least. That's money into the next round for the T's. But holding on to this is going to be very difficult indeed. The one thing they have is the fact that there isn't a kit, but it's not going to matter. Flawless round from the CT side. A bomb plant at least, but it seemed like Dignitas definitely have their strategy down to a T in that one, allowing the B side to be taken, but making sure that they cut off any sort of rotational problems very early on. Either way, though, last few rounds have been pretty kind to the T side, so they are going to have themselves a buy. In fact, they're going to have a buy in the next round anyway. Even the lowest player in the form of Nikki will still be able to afford an AK with armor and a smoke if he really wants it. But again, we're going to see some aggression out from the CT side. Jacob and Fox actually close on long. Not such a common strategy. You might have one a little bit further back, either on the tree, sort of facing the other way. But I suppose with the position of Asilian, they don't have to worry too much about short until he goes down. That will be where the main worry comes in. And actually, it's going to be quite a lot of people actually pushing in their direction. Fox manages one. Bubble goes down through the wall. Fox has started wonderfully. And now Asilian can get himself a kill as well. T side now just going to have to try and rotate back towards B, and Spallan will get the entry, so that's something at least. But all that Lowell really has to do is just try and hold on, but he'll go down as well. Spallan, nice double entry, and that's actually going to give them a chance in this round. A bomb plant will make sure that they have everything they want into the next round. That was something that we did worry a little bit about, maybe nades or something, but this will leave it flawless. Will they check for Spallan? This would be a big mistake from the TT side, and they aren't going to check. He's now on for the ace, but Jacob will deny it. Great round from Spallan, making things very costly indeed. But that's now both teams have now done that, where they haven't checked Graffiti on their way into the site. That is a big, big mistake. And almost cost them. Luckily, Jacob is there to save them at the end. 4 to 3, as said. Still going to be another buy on the board. T-side actually just going to go for flat rifles, and they're starting to get the loss bonus building up behind them as well. 2 rounds loss bonus, so 1900 plus next round will be 2400. The CT side, other than Jacob, are actually pretty low on money. So they still can't really afford to lose this round. Otherwise, they are going to be going for, well, either a load of pistols or maybe a catalyst AWP. This time. Being a little bit more careful, of course. So many angles to check. Most of the T's still gathered up towards that fountain area. A little bit of presence in connector. And the same over towards B. Just to make sure that the T's can't do basically what they did in the last round. Where they take all of that long control. And it actually really hurts ex-outlaws. Bit of a bait and switch. This is a very common sort of strategy, though. The idea is the attention is taken by the AWP. So somebody will peek in. Fox hit or miss. No matter what happens, they're going to be looking for Fox. And then they push in and they get hit by a Cillian. However, Fox is caught with an aid in hand. That's a mistake, but he is able to trade. Turns it into a 4 versus 4. It's not the end of the world just yet, and they've still got to deal with him. Molotov will be going down. He's forced into the open, and Bubble will be able to take him out. Push coming back in. This time ships will go down, and that's Rubino to actually drop the bomb. Now the T's have to try and make their move fairly quickly, and it's going to be a 3v3 onto the site. It's all going to come down to aim battles, and Rubino's going to win another one. Nobody else towards long, slowly getting slaughtered. And although Spallan again gets a kill, it is going to be that CT side victory. Rubino, big impact when it came to the actual push. Not only because he gets 3 kills, but also the fact that he manages to drop the bomb as well. 5-3. 3 rounds in a row now for the CT side, and the T's are still going for this. They're still buying back in. They've been making things costly in every single one. Well, every single one except this round. But they've made things costly, so they're still just trying to break back into that economy. As said, the loss bonus has started to build behind them, and they had a little bit of spare cash from the previous round. So once again, they're still looking for that break. Molotov could be going down to stop any further aggression. Actually, 4 players over towards this B site early in the round. Quite interesting from the CT side. Gambling quite heavily with just Fox sort of peeking over towards A. He's going quite aggressive at the moment. This is something I wanted to see, though. Him taking the initiative, taking fights versus players. And so far, well, top of the board. So clearly it's been working. Lol. Like he may be tempted to peek. They still have 3 players actually gathered over towards that B side of the map. Now, ex-outlaws have been pushing in this direction the majority of the time, and they're even going to start rotating over a 4th. So it seems like dignitas taking these gambles, but they are working out. Although quick trade, almost burnt alive, and this has been slowed to absolutely nothing. Jacob can now just wait patiently, finds a second. As said, that he's always good for 2. And now Bubble left alone, but there should be a crossfire here. Fox eventually gets here, and it will be 6-3. Dignitas confirm their lead, and now surely will be the point where the T's goes, okay, we've tried this constant force buy battle, but we do have to duck out and just go for some pistols. Make sure we have a solid buy going into the next. Chips did have a bit of extra cash, so he's going to buy an AK-47. Look to be that entry man. Has been leading the charge, been him, Bubble, and more specifically Spallan in one of the rounds. Cillian will have quite a bit of information. A lot of noise has been made by those 2 T's up close, but it's still going to be the majority at least. Sort of over towards that B side. The bomb a little bit more hesitant in the hands of Spallan. Not willing to peek as aggressively as some of his teammates. Oh, smoke is going to be coming over. Lol, that's one of his own. Nice instant headshot. Now the smokes could actually help out these T players because they want to get as close as humanly possible. Ships, however, with the rifle, is just going to push right where they want him to. Bubble is going to be able to get one. CT side do look like they've got this on lockdown, and that smoke's actually really nice because the T's do not want to go running through it. They know there's players on the other side. Balan, last one left, does have that AK, and eventually will be overwhelmed. 7-3, Dignitas looking pretty solid, it has to be said, on overpass. But now the T's have their buy. This is where they purchase back in. I don't think the Bubble will go for an AWP, although if he does, it will have to be glass cannon, and nope, just going to stick with the rifles. It does seem like the T's have sort of run out of ideas. So far, it's just been aggressive pushes onto the site. We haven't seen too much in terms of rotational play, which is something that Overpass is pretty big for. Nice shot from Fox. This time, he's aggressive over towards the B side of the map. It does mean there's a little bit more of an opening over towards A, with 4 players currently on the B site, and Asilian here defending alone. You can just see the way he's playing. Just jump spotting. Just basically looking for information. If he sees anybody, rotation will come in instantly. And in fact, Fox is already here to reposition once again. That back. Holding passively. May go for the pick. He's got to be careful looking out towards long. There's 2 players. Finds out the information and just waits. Gets the first. Will be a trade back onto the second. Bubble looking for the shots. Will be able to get one. And Asilian's actually very low on HP. He'll fall as well. Bubble just going ham at the moment. Punisher finally makes his way towards the site. And the other CT is actually wrapping round from behind. Lol not wanting to go too far forward and actually gets caught out by Punisher. Only Rubino left. 7-7. Had a pretty big round not too long ago and spots out Punisher as he crosses. But instead, he won't be able to hit the shot. And now both players have just fallen back. Rubino, are you going to try and be a little bit sneaky here? Tries to spot over the top of the smoke. Grabs the AWP and is just going to go straight for the defuse. Trying to hold it down. Shot's going to be coming through. Rubino almost gets it. Half a second left. But it will be ex-outlaws to get themselves a 4th round. And, well, you can see how close these rounds have been. And it's just madness to win 5 in a row and not have enough money to buy in the 6th. Will be 7-4. CTs going into the next round are only going to get $1,900, but they could get an AWP onto Fox. It'll be interesting to see what they do in the buy. B side, they've now got a chance to get themselves right back into this game. This one should be a freebie. They got Nicky on the Mac 10. Maybe that kind of guy that likes Messi more than Ronaldo. Imagine, for me at least, I actually like both. Which is not a very common thing. I just think they're both incredible footballers. I don't really care where they're from or who they're playing for. Nice start from Nicky. We'll be able to get the first. Let's be honest though, none of them are as good as Harry Kane. He's the best footballer in the world. And I'm not biased at all. Nicky. Pushing in. Jacob has managed to get one. But now the farm begins. How much money can be made? Oh, Bubble. Doesn't seem to care too much about how much money can be made by Nicky at least. He's just going to be tapping out a couple of heads. Emo Heskey. Oh, of course. Hey, I'm fine with the guys giving a little bit of love towards Fox. I love that. I love the fact that there's still, like, people supporting their country in Counter-Strike. I enjoy that quite a lot. I'm from the UK. In football, at least, which is the one sport that I actually watch. I don't think many English people... Well, they support them, but they still expect them to lose. Whereas here, it doesn't seem to be the case. It will be 7-5, though. Ex-outlaws have sort of rectified some of the problems. And now, this is where I'm interested, because you've got someone like a Cillian who doesn't have a huge amount of money. Neither does Jacob, but they are going to buy into this. Fox can get his AWP. Akinfenwa. That man's a tank. Oh, I love Dele Alli. The little wave. The little wave. Although you did. Here we go. Push going to be coming in. Aggressive from this CT side. That early pick, but it will be Bubble to win it. And now the push is going to be coming in. However, they've gone for it again. The 4-man stack over towards this B site. Only 2 remaining. Punisher currently only on 2 kills. He's the only one with any real HP at the moment. And there's Bubble, who's been doing very well. 16-6 for Bubble. But he's only got 19 HP. He needs his teammate to make some sort of move if they're going to have any sort of chance. And, well, Punisher has not been the man to do it so far. Door going to be closed. Now, that could be given away as a sort of, okay, they're rotating. That's what they're hoping for. They're hoping that the CT side will think, okay, we've just heard the door. That's probably them going back towards A. Although, they did just jump and shoot. So, probably don't think that too much anymore. 40 seconds left on the clock. P side in terms of cash, not too bad. It's only ships that will be struggling, and they could opt to just wait, save, and drop over to him anyway. Especially with this amount of time left. However, it does look like they're going to be going for it. Heat going to be coming in. Rubino gets the first, and Lol just waiting patiently to finish off the second. 8-5. Team Dignitas will have themselves another round on the board and win the half as a minimum. Here we go. Some weapons going to be juggled. Bubble not going to go for the AWP. He will drop a rifle instead. Both teams in a somewhat reset scenario, although whatever happens going into the next, they're both going to be buying. It will be the last round of the half. Just coming into middle. Taking over the connector as well. Jacob actually going to be sat behind the door. Quite a risky position to play. Be pretty careful. Be watching over towards Monster, but here goes Fox. Aggressive once again and finds Spellan. Gets tagged quite heavily, but he's not going to be traded out in a Cillian. He's just going to be waiting patiently. This is such a smart spot. It's almost a bait from Fox. He finds a kill with his bait, but the idea is, let's drag them in, pull them into a Cillian's position, and that's such a nice little setup that they've got going. Push from behind as well. Jacob will be able to pick up one, looking for a second, and as said, this guy always seems to be good for 2, and then Fox will close the round. 9-5. And now the T side are going to be the ones struggling to get themselves into this round. Of course, they can invest, or they will invest everything that they have. See how many CZs we're going to get. We've already got 4 CZs, so really showing that the meta has shifted quite heavily recently. Fox can win in the McGregor fight. I'd watch that. Here we go, though. Once again, bomb is going to be over towards that B side of the map. LOL has been doing pretty well at holding down this site, it has to be said. And again, they've gone for quite a few gambles. And once more, it's going to be 4 players. This time, Bubble's looking to try and sell a bit of a fake. Something we haven't seen. And in fact, CT side may have over-rotated a little bit. They are sort of switching backwards and forwards. Nothing being spotted by Fox. Will give all the information that they need as they look to try and rotate back. LOL again using this smoke. I really like this smoke just close to the site. Forcing them to try and push towards him. Forcing them to push through it and just keeping him alive. He is only going to be able to get 1. Trade ball come in. Fox still expecting a man to push from behind, but Bubbles actually rotated all the way back around instead. Going to be playing for that after plant position. Quite an open plant, which should make it a little bit easier for the T's. Now, oh, Jacob, can he find it? Taps the bomb, manages to get the first. Spray down, 2, looking for the third, has to go with the pistol, and because it takes so long to get the CZ out, Jacob's just going to sit there and defuse. He couldn't whip it out fast enough. 10-5. How are we on D-Day with Dosia? Oh. I haven't had time to put it into production yet. I've got to hire the right people. Either way, pistol going to play a big part in whether or not ex-outlaws are going to be able to turn this. Again, it's going to be the CT side with just pistols and Kevlar. Push. He's going to be making his way up long, which normally would benefit the CT side, so quite interested to see how this one works out for them. Nicky already going to be spotting out Rubino, looking for that first frag, but can't quite hit the shots, and actually, he's going to be dinked down. A second player dinked as well. Fox will finish him off. LOL gets another kill, and Fox has managed to. What can ships do here? Absolutely nothing. As Spallan now the only one left alive. He's managed a 4-kill once. This is too much of an ask of Rubino. Running, jumping, and popping some heads. He has a big pistol round for his team. And 11-5, Dignitas. Well, clearly that's what they needed. They needed their fans watching, because this is looking like a completely different performance to Inferno. From what I saw from the scoreboard, of course. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to switch over to the CZ as well, which I never really saw myself doing. Tech 9 and 5.7 was so good, but I really can't stand them now. Might as well use it while I can. Then again, I can't buy a skin for it, because I switched phones, and now I'm banned from buying stuff on the market, which is great because of the Steam Guard thing. Brilliant. You're going to call my agent, which is still me. Either way, Bush going to be coming out from the T side. Fox, okay, he's just so good that he actually kills Jacob and takes down his opponent at the same time. Bomb going to be planted. The remaining CT side all towards long. So the longest rotation humanly possible. Is that your man Tombiz? Yes, it is. Keep the 5-7. I don't know. Yeah, I do think that if you nerf the P250, the 5.7, and the Tech 9, it's almost definite that the CZ is coming. I'm just hoping that they don't ruin the Deagle. Just like the Deagle is now 2 shots to the head. That would be great. It only has 2 bullets in a clip. The revolver now costs $50. I might actually equip the revolver just because not only is it still 2 shots to kill somebody, and you can just keep like weaving in and out, but also it triggers anybody who gets killed by it. And that's fun. What is the difference between NA and EU teams? One is from North America, and the other one is from Europe. Ah. Sort of in the question. Yeah, mind games. You gotta play those mind games. There we go. DT side do manage to save a little bit of weaponry from the previous round. But it's going to be Rubino looking to farm some cash. Actually gets taken down by Punisher. USP is all he needs. The Glock now costs money. So that would be painful. Oh, ships. That's a nice shot. Okay, they're starting to make things a little bit costly. Fox will be able to get one back in. Punisher actually has himself a Mag 10, and whoa, he's still doing damage. Makes $600 for himself, which is definitely going to help going into the next round. However, winning it is going to be a different story. Spellan does have Kevlar. Wanted to get a little bit closer, and instead, well, unfortunately, with Fox turning around, has to go for the battle. Fox decapitates him 13-5. Now the CTs have a buy. Bubble, Glass Cannon, AWP. Rest of the team, they did make a little bit of extra money. You can see Punisher putting that $600 to use on an incendiary. And getting some armor as well, actually. Head armor, that is. T-side still just going to be with straight rifles. Haven't actually made up as much money as you might think. Punisher, there we go. He actually gets the first kill, but the rest of the team are going to be pushing in, looking for that trade. Will find it, and actually doing a lot of damage as well onto Shivs, but he lines up 2. Looking for his third, but actually runs out of bullets. It won't matter because he has his teammates to support. What can a Cillian do? 1v4. Does he spot the shoulder there? I don't think he does, but he will spot the head as they peek. And Nikki is there to close things. A couple of low players for ex-outlaws, but it won't matter because, of course, it doesn't matter if you're low how much money you get. Will be 13-6. Ex-outlaws at least managing to get their first round on that CT side. Punisher is a Liverpool fan, yeah. He's gone down in my estimations because of that. T-side, as you can see, as said, they don't actually have a huge amount of money left. Lol. I support Tottenham Hotspur. Just trying to buy our team at the moment on FIFA, and it costs a hell of a lot of money. And I keep buying packs. I can't help it. I have an addiction. It's the same with opening cases on CS. It's bad. Aggression from Nikki is going to start things off, though. Goodbye. Good night, Fox. Looking for another. Nikki actually going pretty strong at the moment. Bomb control. He's going to be picked back up from the tees. Cillian, however, though, he's going to turn it back. Quickly traded by Bubble, but he does get 2 for his money and leaves Jacob and Rubino with a chance, who have been doing pretty well so far. Although it has looked a bit like a team effort, if anything. Fox, a little bit further ahead of everybody else. Rubino looking to try and sneak through the smoke. Ships may become his victim. Not careful, but Ships actually hits the headshot instead. Only a matter of seconds left. Jacob sort of has to either run in or die. And he's going to be killed from behind. Punisher with the rotation. (13-7). T-side now will be forced to go for an eco round. They're going to have a buy in the next round anyway. 2,400 going into their accounts. CT side with pretty much a full buy. No more pistols. Start with an again. Negative. Yes, brilliant pun. There you go. That's all you're getting. I'm not responding to that in any other way. Oh, Spallan. That's a nice dunk. Gonna try and spray down as many players as he can. Eventually will be traded out by Jacob, who still has a deagle. Maybe Nikki. Close the round. T-side, well, they're going to be able to buy, as said. AKs on every single player. Still no AWP just yet for Fox. Maybe we should call him Fantastic Mr. Fox, because he is top of the board at the moment. Top of the board on both teams. Bubble's not too far behind. 18 and 11. There's still hope for ex-outlaws. Of course, they have won the first map, so they're at least going to a third. They're going to want to try and pull things back. Already a lot of damage done as they have managed to take over water control, sending a lot of players in that direction and relying solely on Spallan to hold on to the A side, which could be a big problem because there's now 4 players barreling down long. Lots of footsteps should be heard. In fact, some of the players actually jumping along just to make sure that Spallan hears them. Rotation going to be coming in from the CT side because of that. And this spot without anybody to help him is one I absolutely hate. He may get 1. Okay, that's 3! How does he get away with that many? That's just poor from the T side. They should have traded him out after the first. That is worrying for the T side, but Spallan has gone absolutely huge. Shouldn't have got away with anywhere near that much. That spot is normally a one and done. Now the T side struggled to get back into this. Smoke goes over. Lol, looking for the entry. Does hit the tap, but gets traded down to just 12 HP. And eventually Punisher is there to close. 13-9. I get why you're number 2. Wow. That was a low blow in many senses. T-side, just a few pistols, looking to try and do some damage, keep the economy at least honest for ex-outlaws, because they're not going to keep it low unless they do a huge amount of damage here. Still got players like Ships, Bubble, and Punisher all over that 5,000 marker. And only 4 rounds of difference now. It's been 4 rounds in a row, in fact, for the CT side. Not sure what is going on here, though. Falling all the way back. Looked like they were going to go for an over-rotation, but instead realizing there's probably only pistols in play. It's pretty good to actually hold the sight from back here when there's only pistols, because you can pretty much make sure that no rifles fall into the hands of your opponent. Fox already going to be tagged pretty damn low. Now he's actually, well, may not have enough money to actually get an AWP going into the next. Damage done from Fox. Actually holds off the rotation a little bit and now pushing into the site, trying to use the edge of the smokes. Is going to be Ships, but instead he goes down, push in, and the rifle will be retrieved. Rotation will come out from this CT side, but back into a 4 versus 4. A bomb plant is not bad at all for Team Dignitas. And look at Jacob. He's going to be going aggressive. Up close. Sprays 1 and the second for Jacob as well, leaving only 2 CTs remaining. Now you have to remember, most of the players don't even have armor over on that T side. They do manage to get the damage onto the first, but look at where Jacob is. He's still in those back lines. They have no idea where Rubino is. They can only guess onto the site, which eventually they will find him. But what can Jacob do? Bomb. Being defused as we speak. He's going to peek out, and it will be Nikki to save them. Far too close for comfort. Lots of damage done, and a bomb plant, I said, which will give any money, or all the money, over to that T side. But they're still not looking like they're going to go for an AWP, so... Do you think any of the pros have cheated on LAN? I have absolutely no idea. I'm going to be honest. I don't know. It's possible that they have, but until somebody proves that they have, I'm just going to believe innocent until proven guilty. I'm your number one male cast. Okay, I can take that. Rubino going to do a little bit of damage once again. It's the same play from the CT side, just looking to try and go aggressive and remove portions of the map. Breakthrough from Jacob. He is going to catch out one. Ships just looks to close the door behind him, but actually shoots through, and Jacob gets a second. Good start for the T side. Nikki. Punisher just going to be waiting in the corner. Cillian looking to push in, will go down. Has support from Nikki as well. Throws down the Molotov. Rubino is forced to push in, and that's going to be the bomb down. That's a big problem. Fox just going to go running into the site, though, and problem resolved, as only Spallan will be there to try and retake this one. He's going to be Molotoved off for now. Going to spend his time wisely. Retrieves a kit. Trying not to make any noise. Doesn't want to give any sound cues away. And Fox going to be rotating in. And Fox a little bit over-aggressive in this scenario. Peeks out. Back to a 1v1. Lol. Going to be playing close left. Spallan has absolutely no idea where he is. Here, oh, is he going to check the angle? Close left. Spots out and actually wins it. Spallan will keep the train going. It looked like finally dignitas were going to break back and get themselves a 14th round, but instead it's 13-11. A bomb plant will give a bye over to that T side at least, so they can still come back even harder. But once again, you do have to question that play from Fox. He stays passive on the site. They play a 2 versus 1 in a crossfire. You'd probably bet your money that dignitas would take that round. Instead, obviously him not knowing where the final player is, goes pushing aggressive and gets caught out because of it. Still, 13-11. Ex-outlaws pulling this back. 6 rounds in a row for them. Fox will finally have his AWP though, and this could be the difference maker. He was doing very well over on that CT side. It's actually going to be 4 players over towards this B side. Both teams actually doing this, like gambling very heavily over towards one side of the map. Now, nothing's been spotted on A, so they've got no reason to pull in a rotation as of yet. Hot flash. Just an attempted fake from Fox. But again, nothing spotted from Bubble, so no rotation needed from the CT side. They're still just going to be waiting. Minute left on the clock. Ships will be spotted out. Punisher goes down as well. Entries. It doesn't matter how many people are here if they're just killing everyone. Rubino with a double. Spallan, now the only man left of the 4 stack that was here. Bubble will go down to Rubino as well, who's left with not many bullets, so eventually he will fall. But a big round once again from Rubino. 14-11. Finally, they break one back. CT side, they're still going to be able to buy. Now, the rounds have been close, so their money's not going to be anything crazy. They've not, like, got stacks and stacks in the bank. They do have enough. They can at least get themselves some rifles. If they lose this round, the game, well, it's in the hands of dignitas. Still, before we can start bringing out the party bells for dignitas, A party bell? Who has a party bell? I'm gonna buy a party bell. That sounds amazing. Every time you ring this bell, there's a party. Either way, Fox is gonna start things off. Looking to try and get the party started. Of course, they still have another map to go, even if they manage to win this one, but they've got to get through this round. This is going to be the most difficult buy they have coming up against them of the next two. You have a party bell. Okay. Fox with another. That AWP is making a difference already. 2 kills for him. 40 seconds left on the clock. The T's are going to start making their way towards long, although they may go for a late rotation back towards B. This will be quite risky. There's only 30 seconds left on the clock, so if they are going to do it, they've got to do it fast. But by the looks of things, they've gambled perfectly. Now, from the CT side, they're probably just going to want to save. Hold on to what they've got. All of the players are on A. Okay, they took the risk. They said, we're going to put everybody on A and hope that they'll push in this direction. And now that they haven't, no point trying to retake. You don't have a kit. You've only got one flashbang. Just save everything you have. And let the T's have this one. At least you can bring something back into the next round. 15 to 11 though. Dignitas looking to try and take their opponent's map pick. As what was just happened an hour or so ago on Inferno. And unless we can see ex-outlaws string 4 in a row. It is going to be a map number 3. LOL already looking to make things even more difficult. The T's have enough money that they can just buy into the next round, and they're going to wipe out all remaining players. 15 to 11, and it will be just pistols. Maybe the odd SMG. It's actually going to be a scout for Nicky. If he can hit some tags, then, well, that will set up the pistols to at least do some damage. But the big ask. Here we go. Dignitas need one more round to take this to a map number 3. Connect control going to be going their way. 3 players towards long at the moment. Based off the scout, really. Nicky hits the tag, then the other 2 players are there to finish his dinner. Although I hope that's not actually how they live, with Nicky just sort of starting his food and then somebody eating the rest for him. Especially if you're like me and you save the best till last. That would be pretty irritating, wouldn't it? Anyway, the T's, at least for now, have completely negated long. All players either waiting back, holding in the form of Rubino, holding towards long, which will be Fox with the AWP. The rest of them are going to be wrapping around. Now, this could actually be a bit of a problem, because now they're able to flank in, but we will see the bomb actually dropped. Spallan needs to keep watching in front, and he'll go down. Or, sorry, Nicky will go down even from behind. But Spallan has managed to retrieve the AWP. What can he do with it? That's the problem. He's got to watch out, because there's players pushing him from behind him. He still hits the shot, and leaves it onto Jacob to try and finish the man with the AWP. Flash comes in, but Spallan now misses. Back into a 2v2. Jacob looking for the rotation. Spots out Punisher. Gives him a chance. Actually quite close. Looking to just try and run away. Spam through the door. And eventually Jacob just shoots him through the wall. Doesn't even bother running through that door, in fact. Now Ships is going to be the only one left alive. There's only seconds left. If he can somehow deny that bomb plant, he has a chance. But instead, Jacob is there to finish his triple. He will finish on 24 kills. 1 behind Mr. Fox. And it will be done and dusted. Map number 3 will be incoming. Make sure you don't go anywhere, because we'll be back after the break.
E-gaming bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2? Make a prediction for picks and bans. Playing CSGO? Guess the number of rounds in a certain match. Daily quests for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.
CS.money, a new service for trading your skins. Tired of all the skins piling up in your